the Spanish Cape where the grey gulls cry. The timber groaned beneath the clouded sky. 33 sails of the Emperor's pride, waiting on the swell of October's tide. The wind blew light upon the starboard bow. The Victory pushed the ocean from her prow. 2 columns formed a wedge of British oak to pierce the crescent line and bring the smoke. He stood upon the quarter-deck in coat of navy blue, 4 stars upon his breast, a target clear and true. No backward glance, no hesitation shown. He steered straight for the cannons of the throne. The halyards pulled, the signal colors flew, a silent oath to every shivering crew. England expects that every man will do his duty. The drums beat to quarters and the guns away. Oh, strike the colors, let the anchor fall. Through the blinding smoke and the musket ball, he bought the ocean with his final breath, and he claimed the victory in the arms of death. For the sovereign of the seas, he paid the toll, and the waters weep for the Admiral's soul. The Redoubtable locked her wooden frame, and hull to hull they traded iron and flame. The 32s roared out their deafening sound, while splinters fell like winter on the ground. High in the rigging, hid from the British sun, a marksman leveled out a heavy gun. A sudden crack above the roaring din, and the hero of the Nile fell upon his knees within. They carried him below the bloody deck, a broken spine, a fleet saved from the wreck. He heard the distant cheers through the timber walls, as one by one the French Armada falls. Oh, strike the colors, let the anchor fall. Through the blinding smoke and the musket ball, he bought the ocean with his final breath, and he claimed the victory in the arms of death. For the sovereign of the seas, he paid the toll, and the waters weep for the Admiral's soul. Kiss me, Hardy, in the lantern's trembling light. The shadows gathered fast to end the fight. Thank God I have done my duty, softly spoken. A brittle mortal shell, forever broken. They sealed him in the brandy for the long voyage home, past the howling gales and the Biscay foam, to the tolling bells of St. Paul's towering dome, where London stood in silence, weeping for her own. Oh, strike the colors, let the anchor fall. Through the blinding smoke and the musket ball, he bought the ocean with his final breath, and he claimed the victory in the arms of death. For the sovereign of the seas, he paid the toll, and the waters weep for the Admiral's soul. The smoke has cleared across Trafalgar's Bay. The masts are broken, but the islands stay. England expects England remembers. Sleep beneath the stone. Oars wrapped in silence, the river is cold. A gamble of empire, daring and bold. Hush now the iron, and muffle the drum, for out of the shadows the redcoats come. The fortress of Quebec stands high on the stone, where for months we have waited, exhausted alone. The summer is fading, the autumn draws near. We must take the great rock, or surrender to fear. The white St. Lawrence rolls heavy below, as Wolfe gives the order to strike at the foe. With boats in the current and stars in the sky, we search for the pathway where eagles would fly. Through the black of the night, up the cliff's jagged face, 3,000 men climbing in desperate grace for the crown and the colors we hold in our breath, to find the high meadow of glory or death. Stand fast on the heights of Abraham, two ranks of red 'neath the pale morning sun. Hold steady your fire by the drumbeat's command. The cost is exacted, the victory won. For the general falls as the enemy breaks, and he breathes his last breath for Britannia's sake. The morning mist scatters, the white banners march beneath the grey heavens, unyielding arch. Montcalm brings his forces with bayonets bare, but the thin line of Britain stands motionless there. At 40 brief paces, the thunder is loosed, a double-shot volley that shatters the truce. Then the cry of the pipes and the Highlanders' blade, a charge through the smoke that the muskets have made. But struck on the right flank and bleeding away, the commander has given his life for the day. Through the roar of the powder he watches them break, as the fortress of stone is now ours to take. Stand fast on the heights of Abraham, two ranks of red 'neath the pale morning sun. Hold steady your fire by the drumbeat's command. The cost is exacted, the victory won. For the general falls as the enemy breaks, and he breathes his last breath for Britannia's sake. They run, see how they run, the messenger cried. Who runs? asked the general, bleeding and pale. The enemy, sir, they are shattered and fly. A long rattling sigh on the cold autumn gale. God be praised, whispered Wolfe as the shadows increased. My duty is finished, I die now in peace. The commander goes down in the dirt and the gore, and the world that he leaves is not as before. Stand fast on the heights of Abraham, two ranks of red 'neath the pale morning sun. Hold steady your fire by the drumbeat's command. The cost is exacted, the victory won. For the general falls as the enemy breaks, and he breathes his last breath for Britannia's sake. I die now in peace on the fields of Quebec, where the brave men sleep. The river rolls on, and the memories keep. Shadow on the water, a forest on the tide. The great Armada rises with an empire at its side. Heave the ropes and cast away. Hey, hey, hey! The summer sun of '88 looks down upon the sea, where Medina Sidonia sails in gilded majesty. 100 heavy galleons, a crescent on the wave, to bring the Inquisition and to dig a Tudor grave. But waiting in the Plymouth breeze, the cunning sea dogs stand, with smaller ships of seasoned oak to guard the English land. Drake has finished up his game, he turns to face the shore, and sails into the Channel wind to meet the coming war. The Virgin Queen has pledged her heart to fight among her men. The warning beacons light the coast from Cornwall to the Fen. For faith and realm the island stands, the heavy cannons load, to block the Spanish juggernaut upon the ocean road. Send the fire to the night, let the western winds awake, break the crescent, loose the hounds of Howard and of Drake. Through the powder and the gale, we will hold the narrow sea, for the island and the crown and the right to remain free. Let the iron fly. The anchor drops at Calais port, the Spanish hold the line, while English captains scheme below, where pitch and sulphur shine. At midnight on the running tide, they set the hulls alight. 8 blazing hell ships riding on the current of the night. A roaring wall of crimson flame against the wooden flanks. A cry of terror echoes through the proud Castilian ranks. The anchor cables slip and cut, the mighty fleet is scattered. At grave lines in the morning light, their holy hulls are battered. The broadsides roar at point blank range, the English take their toll. The heavy carracks drift away, they lose their proud control. With shattered masts and bloody decks, the enemy is turned to flee across the northern seas, while half their glory burns. Send the fire to the night, let the western winds awake, break the crescent, loose the hounds of Howard and of Drake. Through the powder and the gale, we will hold the narrow sea, for the island and the crown and the right to remain free. Let the iron fly. And then the heavens open up, the wrath of God descends. The tempest drives the broken fleet to where the ocean ends. Around the jagged northern rocks, through Scottish rain and frost, the wrecks upon the Irish coast, and empire's fortune lost. The Protestant wind has swept the board, the galleons drown in cold, their silver coins and iron helms beneath the seaweed roll. Scotsmen's awake. Break the crescent, loose the hounds of Howard and of Drake. Through the powder and the gale, we will hold the narrow sea for the island and the crown and the right to remain free. Hold the narrow sea. The beacon fires fade to grey, the tempest passes on. The Tudor rose blooms on the shore beneath the rising dawn. The island stands, the island stands. The rain falls hard on the Belgian fields. The harvest of summer is trampled in clay. The Iron Duke stands as the morning reveals the eagles of France at the dawn of the day. Behind the low ridge where the tall grasses sweep, the infantry waits for the cannon to roar. A terrible secret the shadows will keep as the Emperor's guns are rolled out for the war. At Hougoumant's gates the cold rifles are primed. The walls of the farmhouse are barricades now. The destiny of Europe is measuring time by the blood in the soil and the sweat on the brow. All the line at the artillery pound. Keep the men hidden beneath the high ground. An empire rises or falls by the hour to break the long shadow of Corsican power. Form the square, let the cuirassiers break. Stand like the anvil, whatever it takes. Shoulder to shoulder through powder and flood. The iron of England forged deep in the mud. Wait for the evening and wait for the drum. Hold fast the ridge till the Prussians have come. The horses of Ney thunder up the incline, a tempest of steel crashing over the crest. But they find not a rout, only discipline's line. A forest of bayonets put to the test. Hard pounding, my gentleman, Wellington said, while riding the center amidst the grey smoke. The living stand firm on the graves of the dead, and the line of Britannia bends but ne'er broke. Hold the line as the old guard ascends. This is the moment the century ends. An empire rises or falls by the hour to break the long shadow of Corsican power. Form the square, let the cuirassiers break. Stand like the anvil, whatever it takes. Shoulder to shoulder through powder and flood. The iron of England forged deep in the mud. Wait for the evening and wait for the drum. Hold fast the ridge till the Prussians have come. The sun sinks away on a landscape of ruin. The eagles are shattered, the emperor flees, but the victor rides slowly beneath the pale moon. A general weeping for all that he sees. For next to a battle that's lost to the grave, the greatest of sorrows is a battle we save. 50,000 lie silent, the price of the crown, on the fields of Mont St. John where the mighty went down. Like the anvil, whatever it takes. Shoulder to shoulder through powder and flood. The iron of England forged deep in the mud. The evening has fallen, the victory drum. The tyrant is broken. The Prussians have come. guns are now still in the deep summer night. The Iron Duke lowers his head to the light.
Beyond the edge of the parchment drawn, where the southern stars command the dawn, the canvas swells, the chronometer wins to seek the shores that the map maker finds. Sound on the Endeavor's deck, through roaring storms and the coral wreck, he measured the transit of Venus high, and anchored his ships 'neath an alien sky. No towering galleon, a blazing war, but a collier's bark on a nameless shore. A master of longitudes reading the breeze to unravel the myth of the silent seas. He drew the coastlines of ice and of stone, and ventured where no English sails had flown. The Admiralty orders are broken and read through treacherous straits where the brave men bled for the glory of king and the thirst of the mind to chart every ocean and leave not behind. Away the anchor and cast into the blue, where the astrolabe spins and the headings hold true. But the ocean will claim what the empire seeks in the perilous depths where the unknown speaks. A world unlocked by a Yorkshire hand to leave his blood on a distant sand. The Resolution turns to a tropical bay where the gods of the season faded away. A shattered foremast to mend on the shore, but the island's embrace is a welcome no more. A cutter is stolen beneath the dark night, and the captain marches in the morning light. He walks to the village with musket and lead to capture the king for the vessel they fled. The Marines form a line by the crashing wave, too few to command and too few to save. The stones are thrown and the daggers are drawn. The architect of the maps, he's gone. Away the anchor and cast into the blue, where the astrolabe spins and the headings hold true. But the ocean will claim what the empire seeks in the perilous depths where the unknown speaks. A world unlocked by a Yorkshire hand to leave his blood on a distant sand. Struck in the shallows, he falls in the foam, 10,000 leagues from his English home. The brilliant mind and the steady eye cut down in the surf as the seabirds cry. No grand cathedral, no muffled drum, just the roaring tides where the currents come. The natives withdraw and the silence remains, a heavy fog on the watery plains. Yet the lines that he drew on the empty page will guide all the ships to a modern age. Away the anchor ink is dry, the ink is dry. The ocean's unknown, the ocean's unknown. The master of waters has laid down his bone.
A cloak of velvet in the mud, a kingdom built on dreams. The silver ships of Gloriana sailing down the streams. But royal favor fades to ash, and gold returns to dust, when explorers place their mortal souls in princes they must trust.
He gazed across the ocean wide, the shores of the New World, where on the coast of Roanoke the English flags unfurled. He sent the planters o'er the sea to tame a savage wild, to carve a virgin empire for the Tudors' golden child.
But winter took the settlement, the forest claimed its own. A silence fell upon the wind, the island left alone.
A single word upon the bark beneath the ancient tree. The ghosts of Roanoke were swallowed by the restless sea. Oh, the maps of the world cannot capture the night, nor hold back the fading of majesty's light. When the old queen is gone and the steward is crowned, the heroes of yesteryear sleep in the ground. Bring forth the block and the final decree, for the sharpest of medicine sets a man free. From the lost wooden forts to the jungles of gold, the story of Walter is written and told. A poet in armor, a hawk in a cage, the axe is the curtain that falls on the stage.
For 13 years the bloody tower held the eagle fast, while writing out the history of the empires of the past.
To buy his life he promised James a city made of gold, where Guyana's yellow rivers through the heavy jungle rolled.
But tragedy awaited on the dark, malarial shore. His son fell to the Spanish muskets in a fruitless war.
No silver brought to London town, no pardon from the throne. He crossed the sea a broken man to face the king alone.
The ambassador of Spain demands the captain's grey head for the blood of Santa May that the Englishmen shed. The scaffold is raised in the old palace yard, where the gates of his mercy are locked and are barred.
Bring forth the block and the final decree, for the sharpest of medicine sets a man free. From the lost wooden forts to the jungles of gold, the story of Walter is written and told. A poet in armor, a hawk in a cage, the axe is the curtain that falls on the stage. The morning is cold as he climbs up the wood. He smiles at the headsman who stands in the hood. He runs his bare thumb down the edge of the steel with a quiet defiance a sovereign could feel.
A physician for misery
Softly he sighed,
for he feared not the darkness,
and fought not the tide.
the headsman is trembling,
His courage is thin,
while the traitor of England
confesses no sin. Bring forth the block and the final decree, for the sharpest of medicine sets a man free. From the lost wooden forts to the jungles of gold, the story of Walter is written and told. Strike, man, strike, comes his final command.
Sancta Georgi, save the king. The autumn rain begins to sting. We stand alone in foreign clay to meet the dawn of Crispin's day. Shattered walls we bled, a ragged march of walking dead. For weeks we starved beneath the rain upon the fields of Picardy's plain. And now the woods of Agincourt have trapped the lions in the snare. A sea of silk and shining plate, the lords of France have sealed the gate. They boast and drink the night away, while we seek God in the cold and grey. Drive the sharpened timber down, we fight for survival, we fight for the crown. Though 10 to 1 the banners rise, the wrath of God is in our eyes. Draw the yew and loose the string for the peasant's arm and the English king. Let the bodkin fly through the weeping sky, where the heavy knights in the furrows lie. Strip the noble of his pride, drown the horse in the muddy tide. On Crispin's day the blood runs cold, the dirt will conquer the Frenchman's gold. They sound the horn, the heavy horse, a glittering and thunderous force. But steel is heavy, the earth is wet, a trap the weeping heavens set. The chargers plunge in the sucking loam, 1,000 leagues from the castle home. The cloth-yard shafts fall down like hail, to pierce the visor and part the mail. The fleur-de-lis is trampled down beneath the boots of the archer's town. Throw the empty bows away, take up the mallet and enter the fray. The lilies fall in the crimson flood, the pride of Valois, choking in blood. Draw the yew and loose the string for the peasant's arm and the English king. Let the bodkin fly through the weeping sky, where the heavy knights in the furrows lie. Strip the noble of his pride, drown the horse in the muddy tide. On Crispin's day the blood runs cold, the dirt will conquer the Frenchman's gold. Afternoon brings a quiet dread, a narrow field of the silent dead. We few, we happy few, who stand a brotherhood in a hostile land. The heralds come to name the fight beneath the fading autumn light. No boastful songs, no arrogant cheers, just men of earth and a rain of tears. The king kneels down in the bloody clay and orders the priest to kneel and pray. Draw the yew and loose the string. Draw the yew and loose the string. Draw the yew and loose the string for the peasant's arm and the English king. Let the bodkin fly through the weeping sky, where the heavy knights in the furrows lie. Strip the noble of his pride, drown the horse in the muddy tide. On Crispin's day the blood runs cold, the dirt has conquered the Frenchman's gold. Non nobis Domine, not unto us the glory goes. The bows are unstrung, sleep now in the Picardy mud. The silver cross upon the breast, the white chalk cliffs behind, an empire left to regents and a holy war to find. From the grey and misty island to the burning Syrian sand. Angevins rests heavy on his brow, but the stones of the cathedral hear the swearing of the vow. He empties out the treasury, he sails across the sea, to march beneath the blazing sun and set the cities free. From Sicily to Cyprus the Armada cuts the foam, a sovereign born for battlefields who had no taste for home. He leaves the misty Thames behind, his English realm unseen, to carve a bloody legend where the ancient kings had been. The heat of the Levant beats down upon the iron mail, where weaker men would falter and the timid hearts would fail. But Richard draws the broadsword out beneath the blinding light, to meet the great Lord Saladin and test his noble might. Raise the three lions, let the war horns resound, where the blood of the mighty is spilled on the ground. With a sword for the heavens and a heart for the fray, the King of the English is half a world away. Oh, the lion marches on. At Acre and at Arsuf the deadly lines are drawn, a rain of Saracen arrows flies against the rising dawn. The infantry hold steady, a wall of wood and shield, until the heavy cavalry is unleashed upon the field. Through choking dust and desert wind the armored charges break, two empires in the balance for the holy city's sake. A rivalry of honor monarchs stand, with equal grace and courage in a sun-forsaken land. But Jerusalem remains unseen, the final prize denied, for the army stretches far too thin across the great divide. A treaty forged in mutual law, the pilgrims may go free, and Richard turns his weary ships back to the western sea. Let the war horns resound, where the blood of the mighty is spilled on the ground. With a sword for the heavens and a heart for the fray, the King of the English is half a world away. Oh, the lion marches on. At Dernstein, locked within a tower, while England bleeds its silver dry to buy his final hour. A ransom fit for emperors, an island drained of gold, to bring the wandering sovereign back to the Angevin fold. But the lion could not rest in peace, he sought the siege again, and fell to a simple crossbow bolt among the Frenchmen's reign. No holy war to take his breath, no sultan's golden blade, just a muddy trench at Charles where the final debt was paid. Raise the three lions, let the war horns resound, where the blood of the mighty is spilled on the ground. With a sword for the heavens and a heart for the fray, the king of the English is half a world away. Oh, the lion marches on. His heart lies in ruin, his body at Fontevraud, a legend cast in iron where the ancient rivers flow.
The wires are cut, the telegraph is dead. The sun burns heavy, copper and red. At the edge of the empire, where the great rivers meet, a soldier is waiting in the silent street. Between the white Nile and the rolling blue, the banners of the Mahdi gather in view. 10,000 fires in the desert night, surrounding the walls in the fading light. The orders from London were to turn and run, to leave the helpless to the desert sun. But a man of honor cannot break his word. He locks the gates and he draws his sword. For 300 days through the hunger and heat, he stares down the water for the rescue fleet. The grain stores are empty, the donkeys are bled, the garrison feeds on the dust and the dead. He walks on the roof with his spyglass in hand, but sees only shadows across the white sand. Watch the sun go down where the rivers collide, as the desert awakens to swallow the tide. The politicians argue and seal a man's fate, while the rescue is steaming 2 days too late. On the steps of the palace, the governor stands to buy them time with his blood in the sands. Oh, the clock ticks away in Khartoum. January winds blow cold in the dawn, the waters recede and the river is gone. Through the mud of the banks where the trenches are bare, the ants come howling through the morning air. No panic, no terror, he dresses in white to meet the assassins and finish the fight. He steps from the doors to the top of the stair, with his hand on his hilt and a quiet cold stare. A volley of iron, a spear in the chest, the martyr of empire is laid to his rest. Through the sands of Abu Klea, the camel corps bleeds, pushing the limits of men and their steeds. They break through the line, they take to the boats, with a desperate prayer in the Englishmen's throats. Watch the sun go down where the rivers collide, as the desert awakens to swallow the tide. The politicians argue and seal a man's fate, while the rescue is steaming 2 days too late. On the steps of the palace, the governor stands to buy them time with his blood in the sands. Oh, the clock ticks away in Khartoum. 2 days for the turn of the earth. What is a promise of Parliament worth When the steamers arrive at the bend of the Nile, there is no flag flying, no answering smile, just the smoke of the ruin, the silence of bone, and a severed head placed on the Mahdi's throne. In London, the bells of St. Paul's toll deep for the grand old man who left him to sleep. Watch the sun go down where the rivers collide, as the desert awakens to swallow the tide. The politicians argue and seal a man's fate, and the empire arrives just 2 days too late. On the steps of the palace, the governor stands, a ghost in the wind of the Sudanese sands. Oh, the clock ticks away in Khartoum. 2 days, the waters roll on, the white coat is crimson, the soldier is gone.
The monsoon winds are shifting, the maps of the east are unrolled, not by the sword nor the cannon's breath, but a vision drawn in gold. The Dutchmen hold the spice routes in a fist of iron chain. From Java to the Celebes, the harbors are secured. The merchant ships of England seek an anchorage in vain to open up the China trade that long had been obscured. But a scholar of the company, with parchment on his knee, looks beyond the battle fleets to find a hidden key. He navigates the narrow straits where ancient ruins sleep, to find the ghost of Singapore waiting in the deep. The mangrove swamps are silent, the muddy rivers wind, a forgotten little island that the empire's left behind. But he sees the fleets of tomorrow, he reads the eastern tide, to break the heavy toll and throw the ocean highways wide. No broadside fired in anger, no blood upon the sand. With a treaty on the table, he claims the island strand. Throw wide the harbor waters, let the flags of trade unfurl. Jungle canopy where shadows hide the sun, the Temengong awaits him on the white and blinding shore. They crown the exiled brother when the diplomacy is done, and sign the sacred papers to unlock the ocean's door. In 1819, the Union Jack is raised, a haven of free commerce where no heavy tax is paid. The ink upon the paper strikes a heavier blow than steel, and the Dutchmen in Batavia are broken on the wheel. The junks of the Celestial Sea, the clippers from the west, find a sanctuary harbor where the weary sailors rest. The chains of trade are shattered, the monopoly is torn. From a quiet muddy river, a metropolis is born. No broadside fired in anger, no blood is open to the world. A diamond in the Orient, where the eastern trade winds blow, born upon the vision of a century ago. Though the fever took his children beneath the tropic sky, and the masters of the company would leave him out to die, though he passed in silent exile, unrewarded for his grace, his monument is living in the heartbeat of the place, where the towering glass reflects the sun, where the massive freighters wait. The architect of empire stands immortal at the gate. He conquered with the intellect, he charted out the plan, and built a mighty fortress for the peaceful trade of man. No broadside fired in anger, no blood upon the sand. With a treaty on the table, he claimed the island strand. Throw wide the harbor waters, let the flags of trade unfurl. The gateway of the Lion is open to the world. A diamond in the Orient, where the eastern trade winds blow, born upon the vision of a century ago. The gateway of the Lion, the ink is on the page. A city from the water, to stand through every